Hello dear students. Actually, this chapter includes two parts. First part is properties of parallelogram, and the second part or the last part of this chapter is related to triangles. We've already studied different properties of parallelograms in the form of theorem. Okay. Same way, here also we have to study two theorems, that is midpoint theorem and its converse. Okay, let's start. What is midpoint theorem? Yes, the statement is the line segment joining the midpoints of two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side. The line segment joining the midpoints of two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side. Okay. Consider the triangle ABC. Consider the triangle ABC. In ABC, E is the midpoint of AB and F is the midpoint of AC. Yes, we've already considered two sides AB and AC and its midpoints. E is the midpoint of AB and F is the midpoint of AC. Then which one is the third side? AB and AC, two sides we considered, and the third side is BC. Then what theorem says? The line segment joining the midpoints of two sides, that is EF is the line segment joining the midpoints of two sides AB and AC. That is, midpoint theorem is the line segment EF is parallel to the third side BC. One more time. E in a triangle ABC, if E is the midpoint of AB and F is the midpoint of AC, the line segment joining E and F, that is EF, the line segment EF is parallel to the third side BC. Okay, that's the theorem. Then we have to prove that one. Yes. To prove that one in triangle ABC, yes dear children, here in triangle ABC, D is the midpoint of AB and E is the midpoint of AC. What we have to prove here? DE, that is the line segment joining the midpoints, DE is parallel to BC. To prove that DE parallel to BC, first of all, we have to draw a line CF that is parallel to AB. Draw a line CF that is parallel to AB. Actually, yes dear children, okay, yes, this side CF. This side CF, listen. CF is parallel to AB. So, what we can tell, CF is parallel to DB. Is it? CF parallel to AB means CF is parallel to DB. Now, you can see a quadrilateral. Which one? You can see a quadrilateral DFCB. Okay. You can see a quadrilateral DFCB. Actually, we have to prove DE is parallel to BC. Yes. What about this quadrilateral DFCB? Is it a parallelogram? If that one is a parallelogram, yes, what we can tell, DF is parallel to, is it? If DFCB is a parallelogram, then we can, it is very clear that DF is parallel to BC. DF parallel to BC. If DF is parallel to BC, DE also parallel to BC. So it is not given that DFCB is a parallelogram. So we have to prove that DFCB is a parallelogram. How can we prove DFCB is a parallelogram? We know that DB is parallel to FC. DB is parallel to FC. We have a theorem in a quadrilateral. If one pair of opposite sides are parallel and equal, then it is a parallelogram. Yes, we know that DB parallel to CF, but it is not given that DB equal to CF. If DB equal to CF, we can tell DFCB is a parallelogram. So, here we have to prove that DB is equal to CF. Okay, to prove that one, listen dear children. Yes, now you can see a triangle ADE and a triangle EFC. Two separate triangles you can see, ADE and EFC. If ADE and EFC are equal or they are congruent, equal means congruent, if all sides will be equal. So how we are going to prove that? Yes dear children, first we are going to prove that these two triangles are congruent. That is, we will prove that these two triangles are congruent. These two are congruent means it's all, yes, its corresponding sides will be equal. The method of the proof is, we will prove that these two triangles are congruent. So, we will get FC equal to AD. If FC equal to AD, what we know? D is the midpoint of AB. So, AD will be equal to DB. You know that AD equal to DB. If this equal to this one, if FC equal to AD equal to DB, what we can tell? DB will be equal to CF. If DB equal to CF, what we can tell? DB is parallel to CF and DB equal to CF means DFCB is a parallelogram. If DFCB is a parallelogram, DF is parallel to BC, so DE is parallel to BC. Yes. Okay, let's start here children. Yes, actually we have a theorem, we have a triangle ABC to prove that DE is parallel to BC. Yes, first draw first we have to draw a line CF that is parallel to AB. That is the first step. Then, yes, draw a line FC that is parallel to AB and extend the line DE. Extend the line DE to F. Extend the line DE to EF, that you will get a line, which one? EF. Okay. Now also here you can see the two triangles formed. First one and the second one. Consider the triangle ADE and EFC. Consider triangle ADE and EFC. Then listen dear children, what about this? You know that here a line AC and D. Lines AC and DF are intersecting lines. AC and DF. So the angle formed there is vertically opposite angles, and you know that vertically opposite angles are equal. So these two angles equal. Okay. Next, listen dear children, we know that AB is parallel to CF. AB parallel to CF. So AB, the line AB parallel to CF, and we can tell AC is its transversal. The line AC is its transversal. For the line is 1. For the line, this AB, for the line AB and FC, yes, AB and FC, that two parallel lines. For these two parallel lines, this AC is its transversal. This AC. Yes, for these two parallel lines, AC transversal means here we can consider these two angles. What type of angles they are? They are what type of angles? Alternate interior angles. These alternate interior angles are equal. Alternate interior angles equal, and we've already got that. Yes, these two vertically opposite angles also equal. Okay, that is two angles, two corresponding angles equal. Then we already know that E is the midpoint of AC. E is the midpoint of AC means AE equal to which one? AE equal to EC. AE equal to EC. So in the triangle ADE and EFC, yes, we can consider these two triangles ADE and this triangle EFC. In these two triangles, two angles and its included side AE, that is angle AED equal to angle FEC. AED equal to angle FEC. Angle AED equal to FEC, and also angle DAE equal to which one? Angle ECF. And yes, included side, that means AE equal to EC. AE equal to EC. That is two angles and included side we considered. So by using ASA congruence criterion, two angles and then included side, ASA congruence criterion, we can tell these two triangles are congruent. These two triangles congruent means here congruent means two triangles are equal, then its corresponding angles equal and corresponding sides also equal. Then here AE equal to EC, AE equal to EC, DE equal to EF, AD equal to FC. Now we got AD equal to FC. Yes, this side AD equal to FC. Yes, dear children, if AD equal to FC, you know that D is the midpoint of AB. So, AD equal to DB. AD equal to DB. Okay. FC equal to AD. AD equal to DB. FC equal to AD. AD equal to DB means DB equal to FC. Now, we got DB equal to FC. That is, in the quadrilateral DFCB, DB is parallel to FC and DB equal to FC means DFCB is a parallelogram. DFCB is a parallelogram. DFCB parallelogram means DF is parallel to, yes, the side DF. DF is parallel to BC. DF parallel to BC means what? DF parallel to BC means DE also parallel to BC. DE parallel to BC. We have to prove that DE parallel to BC. So, we proved that DE parallel to BC. Yes, dear children, what is midpoint theorem? the line segment joining the midpoint of two sides is parallel to the third side. We proved that one. Okay. Then next, converse of this theorem. Yes, midpoint theorem means the line segment joining the midpoint of two side is parallel to the third side. Then its converse is the line drawn through the midpoint of one side of a triangle is parallel to another side bisects the third side. That is, it is not considering the midpoints of two sides. No need to consider. So then here ABC, consider the triangle ABC and E is the midpoint of AB. The line drawn through midpoint of one side. We have to consider the midpoint of one side. Yes, consider the point E. E is the midpoint of AB and the line drawn through E. The line drawn through E, which one is parallel to the other side BC. Yes, here line L. Line L is the line passing through midpoint of AB and that one is parallel to BC. If so, this converse of this theorem is L. The line L divides the third side into two equal parts. That means it bisects. L bisects the third side. Okay, dear children, what the converse? For any triangle, the line segment passing through the midpoint of one side and it is parallel to another side bisects the third side. Okay, here in triangle ABC, E is the midpoint of AB and L is the line passing through E and L is parallel to BC. L is parallel to BC. Then L, the line L bisects the third side AC. We've already considered AB and BC. That is, AB means it's the midpoint we considered. So, yes. Then the line passing through the midpoint of AB, which one is parallel to BC, is bisect. It will bisect the third side AC. That means we have to prove that AF equal to FC. Bisects means divides into two equal parts. So here we have to prove AF equal to FC. Okay, dear children, how will you prove AF equal to FC? Here also same method. First consider the triangle ABC. Consider the triangle ABC and yes, it is given that D is the midpoint of AB. D is the midpoint of AB and this DF is the line passing through the midpoint of AB and this DF is parallel to BC. DF is parallel to BC. If so, what we have to prove here? We have to prove AE is parallel to EC. We have to prove AE is parallel to EC. To prove that one, here also, yes, we have to prove that AE equal to EC. To prove that one, here also we have to prove these two triangles EFC and AED are congruent. Yes, the proof is, first we will prove AED congruent to EFC. AED congruent to EFC means we will get its corresponding sides will be equal. Corresponding sides will be equal means that means we will get AE equal to EC. AE equal to EC. Corresponding sides equal. Yes, how we can prove that these two triangles are congruent? That means these two triangles, first one and yes. We have to prove EFC is congruent to EAD. We have to prove that ECF is congruent to EAD. Yes, it is not given. E is the midpoint of AC. That one we have to prove. E is the midpoint of AC. It is only given that AD equal to DB because D is the midpoint. Then listen dear children. Yes, same as first in the triangle ABC you have to, same method, you have to draw a side CF. You have to draw a line CF. Then that CF is parallel to DB. Is it? Same method. You draw a line CF, that line is parallel to DB. Okay, but it is not given that CF equal to DB. It is not given that. Then here also these two angles are equal because you know that vertically opposite angles equal. That's why these two angles equal. Okay, and also what about this angle A and angle C? That these two angles, you know that these two angles are equal because two parallel lines. AB is parallel to AB, same method, AB is parallel to FC. So, AC is its transversal. This AC is transversal. So, angle it's alternate interior angles equal. So, AF equal, angle A equal to angle C. And also here, AB parallel to CF. So, we can consider, can you consider DF is its transversal? DF is transversal. Okay, DF is also its transversal. Yes, for the line AB. For the line this AB and the line CF, for these two lines, and we know that they are parallel, and this DF is its transversal. So, what you can tell, these two angles are alternate interior angles and alternate interior angles are equal. Okay, alternate interior angles equal. Yes, then here we proved that these two triangles are congruent because by using SSS. Sorry. Oh. That a congruency rule you didn't study. Here, or vertically opposite angles equal, angle A equal to angle C. It is given that AD equal to DB. AD equal to, you know that AD equal to DB, and yes. What about quadrilateral DFCB? DFCB is a parallelogram. Why? Here we know that DF is parallel to BC. DF parallel to BC and DB parallel to FC. DB parallel to FC, and again DF parallel to this BC. Two pairs of parallel side means this one, a DFCB is a parallelogram. DFCB parallelogram means DB is parallel to FC and DB equal to FC. DB equal to FC. So, DB equal to AD. You know that DB equal to AD. This DB and AD are equal. DB equal to FC means AD equal to FC. Okay. AD equal to FC. Why AD equal to FC? AD equal to DB. AD equal to this DB. DB equal to FC because DFCB is a parallelogram. So AD equal to DB, DB equal to FC means AD equal to FC, and yes, AD and FC are equal, and two angles in the end of AD, that means two angles, angle A equal to angle C, angle D equal to angle F, that is two angles and included side ASA. By ASA congruence rule, we can tell these two triangles are congruent. These two triangles congruent means this corresponding sides of these triangles are equal. So AE equal to EC. Yes, AE equal to EC. Now we proved that AE equal to EC. That means E is the midpoint of AC, or we can tell the line DF bisects AC. The line DF bisects AC. That one we have to prove actually. What is the converse? The line passing through the midpoint of one side of triangle, that one is parallel to the third side, will bisect the, parallel to the second side, it will bisect the third side. Okay, that one we proved. Okay. Next we have to study some problems based on these theorems. So simple one. Okay, dear children. In triangle ABC, DE and EF are respectively the midpoints of sides AB, BC and CA. Okay, D is the midpoint of AB. D is the midpoint of AB. E is the midpoint of BC. And F is the midpoint of AC. We have to prove that triangle ABC is divided into four congruent triangles by joining D, E and F. Okay, if you join these midpoints D, E and F, you will get a triangle in the interior of ABC. That is the triangle DEF. We have to prove that this, now total how many? 4 triangles. We have to prove that these 4 triangles are congruent. Yes, here actually, listen dear children, to prove that they are congruent, we are using the first theorem, that is diagonal of a parallelogram divides the parallelogram into two congruent triangles. We are using that one. Diagonal of a parallelogram divides the parallelogram into two congruent triangles. Okay. Then here, first consider the midpoint D and the midpoint F. Join that one and you will get a DF. Okay. Then, if you proved DFEB is a parallelogram, and we will get DE is its diagonal. Then yes, if DE is the diagonal of the parallelogram DFEB, we can tell the diagonal divides the parallelogram DFEB into two congruent triangles. How will you prove that DFEB is a parallelogram? Okay, we have to prove DFEB is a parallelogram. Okay, dear children, to prove that one, yes, we have to recall this midpoint theorem. Listen, midpoint theorem means here in the triangle ABC, EF, the line segment joining the midpoint of two sides, that is EF is parallel to BC, and also while measuring you can understand that one important point, that is EF is half of BC. That also we have to mention here. Okay, EF equal to half of BC. You know that EF parallel yes, the theorem says that EF parallel to BC, and one more thing you have to add here, EF always will be half of BC. EF is half of BC. Okay, you can use that one to prove that problem also. Here DF is parallel, yes. Listen, D is the midpoint of AB and F is the midpoint of AC. So, by using midpoint theorem, we can tell DF is parallel to BC. DF is parallel to BC and also DF is half of BC. DF is half of BC. Okay, here we can write DF is half of BC. DF half of BC. You know that E is the midpoint BC. E is the midpoint of BC. So half of BC equal to, what is half of BC? Half of BC is same as BE. So what we can write here, DF equal to BE. We can write DF equal to BE. Okay, listen dear children, DF equal to BE and DF is parallel to BE. That is, in the quadrilateral DFEB, one pair of parallel and equal side. So, DFEB is a parallelogram. DFEB parallelogram and DB is it's a diagonal. So what we can tell, the diagonal divides the parallelogram into two congruent triangles. So these two triangles are congruent. Okay. Yes, that means we proved that first this student triangle DEB is congruent to triangle DEF. That one proved. We have to prove that the four triangles are congruent. Okay. Next, to prove the next part. Okay. Yes, in the triangle ABC, this DE is parallel to AC. By midpoint theorem, D is parallel to AC and D is half of DE equal to half of AC. That is, DE equal to half of AC means what? D equal to CF. Half of AC is same as CF because F is the midpoint. So, in the quadrilateral this DECF, in the quadrilateral DECF, DE is parallel to CF and DE equal to CF. So, one pair of parallel and equal side. So, DECF is a parallelogram and this one is a diagonal. So, these two triangles are congruent. We already proved that these two triangles are congruent and we proved that next two. That one, this we proved that these three are equal. These three are equal. Okay. Congruent. Equal means congruent. Next, consider the line segment joining E and F. Okay. E and F. That means we know that by using congruence rule, by midpoint theorem, we know that EF is parallel to AB. EF is parallel to AB. Yes, this EF is parallel to AB and yes, when EF is parallel to AB and by using midpoint theorem, EF equal to BD. EF equal to BD. So, what we can tell? Oh, that one already proved. Yes, consider the side DF. Then that DF is the DF is parallel to this BC and DF equal to EB. DF equal to EB and DF equal to EC also. Then we, yes. 1 minute. Yes. Then this DE parallel to FC and this DE is parallel to AF and DE equal to AF. DE equal to half of AC. DE equal to half of AC. So D equal to half of AC. So DE equal to half of AC equal to AF. Then DE equal to AF. So here we can tell DE equal to AF. So this one is a parallelogram. That is ADEF. ADEF is a parallelogram and this DF is its diagonal. So these two triangles are congruent. First of all, we proved that these three are congruent and this one is congruent to the fourth one. So what we can tell, these four are congruent. Okay. Then one more problem. Yes, this one. L, M and N are three parallel lines. L, M and N. Yes, you can use small letters to represent the lines. While if you are representing by small letter means one letter enough. L, M and N are parallel lines and intersected by transversal P and Q such that, yes, you can see two transversal P and Q such that L, M and N cut off equal intercepts AB and BC on P. Show that L, M and N cut off equal intercept DE and EF on Q also. Yes, it is given that three parallel lines L, M and N. That is L parallel to M parallel to N, L parallel to N also. These three are parallel. And parallel lines intersected by transversal P and Q such that L, M and N cut off equal intercepts AB and BC. Yes, it already given that AB equal intercepts AB and BC on P. That, yes, these three parallel lines L, M and N and consider PC, that is consider the transversal P and it is given that AB equal to BC. Equal intercepts means equal, that is AB equal to BC. It is given that AB equal to BC. Okay, it is given that AB equal to BC, equal intercepts, that is on P. That means P. These three parallel lines divides P, the transversal P into equal parts AB and BC. You have to prove that same way L, M and N cut off equal intercept DE and EF on Q also. You have to prove that DE equal to EF. You have to prove that DE equal to EF. Okay. To prove that DE equal to EF, actually here we have to use midpoint theorem. How can we use midpoint theorem? Yes. First consider the triangle ACF. Consider the triangle ACF. Then we know that L, M and N are parallel. So BE is parallel to CF. Consider triangle ACF. This ACF. In this triangle BC, this BC is BG is parallel to CF. By using midpoint theorem, BG parallel to CF, then AB equal to BC, then we can easily we can write AG equal to GF, because here B is the midpoint of AC. Then by using not midpoint theorem, by its converse, that is BE or M. M is parallel to N means we can tell BE is parallel to CF. In triangle ACF, the line BE is passing through the midpoint of AC. The line BE is passing through the midpoint of AC, and that line is parallel to CF. That is, the line passing through midpoint of one side and parallel to the second sides bisects the third side. So, which is the third side? AF. Then that BE bisects AF means what we can tell here? What we can tell? BC. So, BE bisects AF means AG equal to GF. That means we can tell here BF, this BF divides AF into two equal parts. So, AG equal to GF. Now, we got AG equal to GF. Actually, you have to prove which one? L, M and N divides DF into two equal parts. So, we have to prove that DE equal to EF. We have to prove that. To prove that, first of all, we proved that AG equal to GF. Now, we have AG equal to GF. Yes, we have AG equal to GF. We have to prove that DE equal to EF. To prove that, consider the triangle AFD. Consider the triangle AFD. Okay, in this triangle AFD, you know that line M is parallel to L. Line M is parallel to M means GE is parallel to AD. That you know that G is parallel to AD, and this G is the midpoint of AF. Then by using converse of this midpoint theorem, that means G is the midpoint of AF, and that is GE is the line passing through the midpoint of AF, and G is parallel to AD. Yes, by using the converse of midpoint theorem, the line passing through the midpoint of one side and parallel to the second side. Here, GE is passing through the midpoint of AF, and it is parallel to AD, will bisect the third side here, DF. That is, the line GE bisects DF. The line GE bisects DF means what we can tell? ED equal to EF. That one we have to prove. Now we proved that ED equal to EF. Okay, dear children.